For some reason, there's still people trying to claim that Halo Infinite being free to play could turn out terrible for the game, even though all the microtransactions will be purely cosmetic, so there's literally no issue. And today we'll be looking at a video trying to argue how Halo Infinite being free to play could turn into a problem, which is pretty ironic, considering how the same person uploaded a video 2 weeks before, saying how it going free to play could be good for the game. And I personally don't see Halo Infinite being free to play causing many issues, since the issues it could cause are for the most part easily preventable. So without further delay, I'll let the video play.
What is up guys, it's Jimbo here and welcome back to another Halo Infinite video. Today, I'm going to be talking about why free-to-play has me concerned at times and also the way that the freemium model is going to be produced. I wanted to make this video after I did my why free-to-play in Halo is great, and I wanted to talk about some of the negative aspects of the game and talk about some of the concerns that I've seen a lot of people have for Halo going forward.
Now the free-to-play model isn't necessarily bad, it's worked for a lot of titles, but the problem is when it comes down to customization.
I'm not sure how paid cosmetics are a problem, especially when they're funding what you'd usually have to pay for via season passes. And paid cosmetics, believe it or not, are completely optional. There is literally no issue with paid cosmetics as long as they are purely cosmetic and don't affect gameplay at all. I will always welcome non-pay-to-win microtransactions in replacement of season passes, and hopefully more developers / publishers take this approach instead of dividing up their player bases.
When you are talking about your characters and the way that you design your characters in any free-to-play game, that is where they grab you with their money.
No shit.
How else would they make money off of a free-to-play title in consumer-friendly ways? Like, would you prefer they use outdated DLC systems like season passes and map packs instead?
They're going to be able to put skins in the game that want you to be able to buy certain things, and they want you to buy different armor pieces and stuff like that. And this may be an issue when it comes to Halo and what 343 are going to do with their pricing model for monetization on the game.
Cosmetic microtransactions are not an issue in the vast majority of high-profile free-to-play games, and it's extremely unlikely that 343 is planning on over-monetizing cosmetics, because they are fully aware of the fact that they don't have much room to be fucking up at the moment, and it would be a terrible business idea as well, thanks to the fact barely anyone would buy into that form of cosmetic microtransactions.
They have said that the battle passes can be bought at any time. Old ones you can purchase and earn a lot of stuff through the free-to-play version. You can also get everything gameplay-wise. You aren't able to circumvent anything in the battle passes.
I mean, goddamn, for a video trying to argue that the game going free-to-play could cause issues, you're making it sound great.
But a battle pass isn't necessarily the only thing that they are going to be focusing on. The concern is that they are going to be putting a lot of the time and effort into making cool designs, not into the seasonal stuff, into the transaction shop, which could piss off a lot of players.
I personally don't see how that would be an issue. They are optional purchases that you do not need to have in order to enjoy the game. As long as the battle pass is up to a decent standard, I don't see an issue with their more expensive offerings being of higher quality. Complaining about that would be similar to complaining that you get more out of buying deluxe editions of games than you do with their standard editions. You should be receiving better products if you pay more, and as long as those cosmetics are worthy of their price tag, I don't see how this is an issue.
It could potentially cause a lot of issues if that stuff in there is a lot cooler than the stuff that we actually play for, the challenges that we complete. And this is going to be something that is crucial to the success of Halo, regardless of its gameplay. If they want to keep people playing the game and they want to keep people around, they need to make one, engaging gameplay, which I think it will have. They need to two, make sure that they don't overprice certain things in the cash shop.
The majority of people playing free-to-play titles do not purchase in-game microtransactions, and even if there's more cosmetics being added, if games like Fortnite and Warzone didn't consistently update the actual game itself, then they'd quickly die out.
And also turn a lot of players away that way, because that can cause a lot of issues, especially in a game like Halo, where the way that you look is going to be on show to a lot of people. Similar to how Destiny has its model, you are in first person, but you are going to be showing off your skin to a lot of people. And, you know, when it comes down to the way that you look, people are very, very particular with it.
Do people unironically get insecure about the way their in-game characters look in FPS games? Believe it or not, but playing as a base Spartan without any cosmetic changes will not be some traumatizing experience for people, my guy. If you think the paid skins are ugly, no one is forcing you to buy them. They are entirely optional.
Cosmetic microtransactions aren't necessarily bad, but for me, I'm getting a little tired of them. I would rather be able to earn stuff to make my guy look cool and not have to spend the 15 to 20 bucks that I have to in order to buy a skin for him.
That is why the battle passes exist. Would you prefer them to charge for season passes instead? Cosmetic microtransactions are merely the lesser evil that I'll take any day. Is either pay for multiplayer or pay for bullshit season passes, which divide the player base, or pay for cosmetics. I think the very obviously better choice out of those options is paid cosmetics.
There is also the concern that you have to play an ungodly amount of hours to earn a lot of XP, and it's very, very, very grindy, like a lot of other free-to-play games are when it comes to unlocking cosmetics.
That isn't exclusive to free-to-play games, and a perfect example to prove this is ironically the Master Chief Collection, which 343 have gotten a lot of flack for due to how long it takes to level up in the free battle passes available in that bundle, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they decided to address this in Halo Infinite.
And that can turn a lot of people off because, there's what's the point of spending 20 to 30 hours to get this chest piece that doesn't look as cool as something you can buy in the cash shop?
And then on top of that, there is also the issue where you could potentially pay per piece, which would be really bad if they did that. If they do that, it's going to be a no from me when it comes to buying anything from the cash shop.
It would be a no from pretty much everyone if they did that, and it's highly unlikely that they will. It's almost guaranteed that they'll have skin bundles where the skins will be broken up into armor pieces. You can interchange with other armor pieces. However, it is beyond highly unlikely for them to charge individually for each armor piece.
But besides the cosmetic side of things and the microtransactions and the battle passes and all that stuff that's current in the games industry right now, the biggest thing that Halo Infinite needs to get right is an anti-cheat. Anti-cheat and cheaters in video games right now are rampant, especially in free-to-play games. Warzone's had a lot of issues with it. Destiny has a lot of issues with it all the time.
The main reason Warzone and Destiny 2 have problems with hackers is because Warzone uses an internal anti-cheat software, and the anti-cheat they've developed is a joke if we're being honest. Destiny 2 also suffers from the same issue, but this is primarily an issue on the PC side of things and not for Halo Infinite as a whole. However, even in games like Warzone and Destiny 2 where hackers are supposedly rampant, I've never come across them. But it's weird how he's arguing that this could kill the game whilst the two examples he used are very popular games right now.
A lot of other games have cheaters in their games as well, and they need to have a good system in place. Easy anti-cheat may be something that they are going to run, because I know that they had easy anti-cheat on the Master Chief Collection, and there was a way to be able to sign in to a different version of the game, which is a different client, which was like an offline client where you didn't have an anti-cheat, so people could mod it. But
if they don't have a good anti-cheat and a good system to stop cheaters from ruining competitive and social playlists by just spawning in whatever they want, then it could see a very, very sharp decline of players, and it could really nuke the fun and hype of the game.
If you genuinely think that an online multiplayer competitive shooter won't implement some form of anti-cheat, I hate to break it to you, but you're an idiot. Of course they're going to implement some form of anti-cheat. It would be suicide to not do so. And you said yourself that they've already been utilizing anti-cheat software in the Master Chief Collection. And I personally can't remember ever coming across a hacker in the Master Chief Collection myself. So why wouldn't they continue to utilize that anti-cheat software in the future for Halo Infinite?
Now, because the game is free to play and it's on PC and Xbox, the Xbox side maybe not as much, but on the PC side, people are going to be like gunning to do that, unless they are not on Steam potentially. If they're not on Steam, there could be a way to stop the cheats that way, and that they have to have a Microsoft account, and then if the Microsoft account detects the problems with the cheats, they can connect that Microsoft account to a IP and then potentially ban that IP from ever taking part in Halo again.
Bro, what? If Steam was the issue here, then Warzone wouldn't have any problems with hackers. And it's very clear you are talking out your ass right here. The Master Chief Collection already requires you to sign into your Microsoft account, even if you buy the game through Steam. So Steam is not the issue here, my guy. And there is no way in hell they won't continue to do that with Halo Infinite. Now, the rest of his video is him talking about the positives of Halo Infinite, which I won't be covering because I'm obviously here to criticize the points I disagree with him on about how the game going free to play would quote unquote be bad. But if you want to go watch the video, just search it up on YouTube. So with all that being said, please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers would love to beg you to do, aka check out my Discord server, Twitter, as well as like, comment and subscribe. So I'll see you all in the next video.